Hey guys, it's Melanie. So today I have for you guys my October favorites, and I'm so proud of myself. I am slowly, bit by bit, getting these favorites videos up a little bit sooner in the month. So it's the 2nd of November and I'm getting this up today. Super excited. So I'm going to start with my beauty favorites, and to start that off I have the Beauty Agave lip treatment, and I haven't had this in a favorites video for a while, but I've had this probably for about a year now. I think it was the first thing I really ever bought at Sephora, and I just absolutely love it. This is the only lip balm lip treatment that I've ever used. I usually, after I'm done prepping for bed and all that, I put a little bit of this on, and I did that last night, and I literally had it on until I just came home from work. So that's pretty incredible how well this lasts through eating and drinking all day. So I've really been loving this, and it definitely makes my lips feel a lot softer, a lot smoother. And I do have a problem. Sometimes my lips get a little bit cracked and dry, so this really helps that. The next thing I have, sticking with the lips, it's the ColourPop Matte Lippie Stick in Baewatch. And I'm just a really big fan of these, like, really pretty dusty mauve purpley colors. I think they look really nice, especially in the fall. Really been digging the formula. It's not overly drying. It's not transfer proof, but it also doesn't slip and slide all over the place. It is matte, which I really like. I'm digging the matte thing right now. And honestly, I don't think I want to go back to a glossy lip. I really just love the mattes. The last lip product I have, it's funny that I said I don't want to go back to glossy lips because this is not a matte formula. It is a Revlon lip butter, so it's more sheer, and this one actually is in the shade Creme Brûlée. I've had this for literally years. Still smells fine. Doesn't have a smell. I don't think it's gone bad or anything. But it's the only nude lip I wear. Probably because it is more on the sheer side. And to be honest, I bought this initially for the name. I didn't really care much about colors when I was buying these lipsticks. I would just I'd go to CVS and I go, oh, that's cute. Oh, I'll buy that. And then I never wore them. I just thought they were cute because of the names. But I definitely have been wearing this more, and because I really want to wear nude lips, but this one is sheer, so it's not as nude as, say, Choker from ColourPop. Like that. This washes me out. This one doesn't. It looks beautiful. Nice sheer wash of nude color. The next two items kind of go hand in hand. I have no idea what the name brand of this is. It's just a no-name little brush, little sponge tip brush that I've been using for my under eye concealer and for spot concealing as well, and it's just the absolute perfect size to do that. I do need to wash it. It's a little gross and dirty, but I don't get this wet or anything. I just take my It Cosmetics CC cream, get a little bit on the brush, and then I just kind of dab that underneath, blend it out a little bit, and then if I have some spots, I'll use that on there as well. And that brings me to the CC cream that I've been using. And first I bought this because I wanted to have a CC cream. I didn't necessarily want to use a foundation all the time, but I have mine in light, and I think I need it in fair if they have it. This is a little bit dark, and to be honest, it almost seems a little gray on my skin, and I don't understand. But for spot concealing and then putting foundation over the top, you can't even tell, and it just adds that extra little bit of concealer and coverage, that so you don't see your little spots or your under eye circles coming out from underneath your foundation. It's really great for that. The last two favorites that I have, I've had this ColourPop eyeshadow for a while. It's called Central Perk, and I think I've had it for too long because, oh my god, it's cracking. Like, can you see that? That it's super dry, and like when I was swirling my brush in it, like pieces were falling off. And I was under the impression that as long as these were closed up nice and tight, that wouldn't happen. But apparently not. So as soon as you open these, you need to like use it to pieces in 3 months before it dries up like that. But I love this because it's a beautiful purple. Like I said, it's in the shade Central Perk. I bought it because I was big into Friends, and then I saw that I just went absolutely crazy. And then, so I did that on the outer corners and the inner corner of my eye, kind of did a bit of a halo effect, and I put Kathleen Knight's shadow Weenie right in the center, and I blended that out a bit. It looked beautiful. I love it, and I used these two and the Baewatch matte lipstick in the same look. And I just go absolutely crazy for these colors. I don't know why. I just love purples, and I love these beautiful rose gold colors. Oh. For my one flop, and it's just a sample. It kind of pains me to say it because, I mean, it's not like I had the full size, but I have the sample that I got, and it is the Dior Fix It Color Prime and Correct, and I've got all 4 shades in this little tiny packet. I've been using the yellow one to underneath my under eye before I put the CC cream on there, and I've been using the green one because the other two, I don't have dullness, and the other one is for dark skin. I used the green one to spot conceal before I put the CC cream on, and it just doesn't set. And I don't want to sit there for 20 minutes with green spots on my face waiting for it to dry. So when I put the CC cream on over it, it just kind of moves around, and it doesn't do much for concealing. It's just a little bit too creamy, and I'm just not a fan. I was really hoping I was going to like it, so maybe I can go and try the full size of this, but no. It was just an absolute flop for me. No, not doing it. And then the last portion, and this is super short, I just have a couple books that I've been reading this month. I don't want to say that I went ham, but I kind of went ham. I read 4 decently sized books in 1 month. I started with Shadow Spell by Nora Roberts, and this is actually the next book in the trilogy that I was reading last month. And this one was about the boy cousin Connor. I mean, it ended up being almost the same as the first one, a little bit more on the adolescent side. You can kind of tell the ending before it actually ends. But overall, I really liked it. And again, this book is about 3 cousins who are witches. Their power passed down through the generations, and they have to beat an evil sorcerer. The next book that I read is also by Nora Roberts, and it's called Midnight Bayou, and this one I really liked. It was a little bit of a mystery. It's about a man named Declan who was I believe he lived in Boston. I think he was a Boston lawyer, and he moves down to New Orleans and buys this house that he just feels very drawn to. And strange things happen in the house. He meets a girl, and they fall in love, blah, blah, blah. And they have to figure out, like, what the ghosts are trying to say, and they have to kind of just put them to rest. And it's just, like, it was a really good read. I love books like this. I've always loved books like this. And seriously, if you're into this type of southern mystery with ghosts and haunted houses, I think you would love this. The next book I read is by Nelson DeMille, and it's The Quest. And this book starts out with a Catholic priest who's been in prison for 40 years, and the prison gets attacked, and he gets loose. And he's dying, so he runs into these 3 reporters and tells them the story of how he found the Holy Grail, and that's why he was imprisoned. So I think there's about 3 parts in this book. The first part is that whole bit, and they get captured by one side of the war that's going on in Ethiopia at the time, and they get sent back to the capital of Ethiopia. And then part 2 starts where they meet up in Rome again, and they wanted to go find the Holy Grail, and it all comes together at the end. Luckily, things ended a little bit better for them than it did for the priest, but what can you do? This was an excellent, excellent book. The one thing I hated about this book, though, just the one thing, there's a female character in this book, and she is just the flightiest woman character I have ever read in my life. She jumps back and forth between these two guys like 500 times. It drives me absolutely bonkers. I got whiplash. But other than that, I really like the book. And then the last book that I read, it's Stravaganza City of Masks. And it says part 1 of the acclaimed Stravaganza series. I didn't actually realize that when I read it. Kind of thought it was just a one-shot book. This is by Mary Hoffman. And it's this boy who has cancer, and he finds that his dad gives him this notebook, which he is holding when he falls asleep one day, and he travels to an alternate universe. And the city that he goes to is Venice, except for in that universe is called like Bellezza, and he just has to like stay hidden because there's a faction that wants to like kidnap him and use this book for evil, and it's fun. It's not very action packed. It's a very quick read. I really quite enjoyed it actually. And again, there's a girl, they fall in love, blah blah blah. And the ending, you can kind of tell where the ending is going to go. I'm not going to say anything more, but you can definitely tell. So that is all I have for you guys today with my October favorites. It was kind of short, not much to go on, but I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!